This hypnosis session has been created especially for women who know how good movement makes them feel, but who sometimes find it difficult to begin. Perhaps you've promised yourself you'll exercise tomorrow, only for tomorrow to become another day. Perhaps you know you'll enjoy it once you've started, yet somehow putting your trainers on feels like the hardest part. If that sounds familiar, please know you are far from alone. During menopause, it's common to feel flatter, less energized, less motivated, and even the things that we genuinely enjoy can begin to feel harder to start. Right now, this isn't about becoming someone who loves exercise overnight. This isn't about forcing yourself or pushing through exhaustion. This is about making one simple thing feel easier. Starting. Because once you begin, your body already knows what to do. Before we begin, please remember this session is not a diagnosis or substitute for medical advice. If you have concerns about your health or well-being, please speak to a qualified healthcare professional. Please listen only when you can rest safely and comfortably. Never listen while driving or doing anything requiring your full attention. You remain aware and in control throughout this session. For the very best results, listen regularly over the next 7 nights. If you find these sessions helpful, you'll find many more here on this channel and on my website, georginahypnosis.com. Now, allow yourself to become completely comfortable. Allow your eyes to close and simply notice that there is nowhere else you need to be for these next few moments. Allow your breathing to settle into its own gentle rhythm. There is nothing to control, nothing to achieve. Simply allowing yourself to become a little more relaxed. To become a little more relaxed with every passing moment. Feel the support beneath you completely. As though your body is being given permission to rest. Before it remembers how wonderfully it was designed to move. Now imagine that you are standing at the foot of a beautiful hill. It's early morning. The sun has not quite risen. The sky is painted with soft shades of pink. Gold and pale blue. The air feels wonderfully fresh. Quiet. Still. The path ahead is clearly visible. Gentle. Inviting. Not steep. Not frightening. Simply waiting. You stand quietly for a moment. You know the view from there is beautiful. You've seen it before. You remember how good it feels. Yet today, just for a moment, you hesitate. Perhaps a familiar thought quietly appears. Maybe later. Maybe tomorrow. I'm tired. It feels like too much today. You simply notice those thoughts. Without arguing with them. Without believing them. Because you've heard them before. And something else quietly appears beside them. A calm voice. Gentle. Patient. It simply says, you only have to take one step. Not the whole hill. Just one step. one small step. One comfortable step forwards. And so you do. One foot moves. Then the other. That's all. Nothing dramatic. Just one beginning. And almost immediately you notice something surprising. Standing still had felt harder than moving. You smile gently to yourself. Because you've experienced this before. The hardest part was never the walk. It was deciding to begin. With each comfortable step, your body begins to wake. Your breathing naturally becomes a little deeper. Your muscles begin remembering what they were designed to do. Your heart responds beautifully. Not racing, simply waking up. Like a flower turning towards the sun, you realize your body isn't resisting you. It has simply been waiting for this first step. Every movement creates a little more warmth. A little more energy. A little more momentum. And with every step, the path somehow feels easier. Not because the hill has changed, because you have. The woman who was standing still is already becoming the woman who moves. As you continue climbing, you begin noticing beautiful wildflowers growing beside the path. Each one different. Each one growing at its own pace. None of them rushing. None of them comparing themselves. Simply responding to the light, the rain, the seasons, in their own perfect time. And perhaps you can allow yourself that same kindness. There is no perfect pace. No perfect body. No perfect workout. Only today's small step. Today's act of kindness. Towards yourself. You realize something now. You're not climbing this hill to punish your body. You're climbing because your body has carried you through every season of your life. Through busy years, stressful years, joyful years, difficult years. It has carried you faithfully. And now you choose to care for it. Not because it needs to become worthy, because it already is. Movement is no longer a punishment. It becomes a thank you. A gift. A promise. A quiet act of self-respect. As the path continues, you notice something unexpected. The hill begins to level out. You had imagined it would become harder. Instead, it feels easier. You smile again because this feels familiar too. Just like arriving at your walk, your Pilates class, your swim, your gym, or wherever you love to move. Once you're there, you're always glad you came. You remember that feeling now. The satisfaction. The energy. the clear mind, the quiet pride, and you realize those feelings have never been waiting at the beginning. They've always been waiting just beyond the first few steps. You continue walking now, feeling steady, comfortable, completely at your own pace. There is no hurry. No competition. No one to keep up with. This journey belongs only to you. And with every gentle step, you begin to notice something changing. The thoughts that felt so convincing back at the bottom of the hill have become quieter now. Not because you've pushed them away, because they've simply lost their importance. You smile to yourself because this has happened before. There have been mornings when you almost stayed at home. Days when you nearly cancelled the walk or skipped the workout or talked yourself out of moving altogether. And yet, every single time you chose to begin, something wonderful happened. Your mood lifted. Your mind became clearer. Your body thanked you. And afterwards, you never wished you hadn't gone. You realize something now. The woman standing at the bottom of the hill always worries she'll regret starting. The woman walking back down always wonders why she nearly didn't. The path continues to rise gently. The air feels wonderfully fresh. You notice birds beginning their morning chorus. The first warm rays of sunshine begin reaching through the trees. Everything around you seems to be waking naturally. Without pressure. Without force. Simply following its own rhythm. The flowers don't force themselves to bloom. The birds don't wait until they feel perfect before they sing. The sun doesn't ask permission before it rises. Nature simply moves forwards. One moment at a time. And you are part of nature too. Your body was created to move. Not perfectly. Not endlessly. Simply regularly. With kindness. With appreciation. As you continue walking, you begin feeling stronger. Not because the hill has become easier, because every step has reminded you what you're capable of. Perhaps you begin noticing your stride becoming lighter. Your breathing becoming deeper. Your shoulders relaxing. The movement itself begins creating energy. And you remember something that is so easy to forget. Energy doesn't always come before movement. Sometimes movement creates the energy. You don't wait until you feel motivated. You begin, and motivation quietly catches up with you. You don't wait until everything feels easy. You take one gentle step, and the next step becomes easier. Then the next. Then the next. Until moving simply feels natural. You can see the top of the hill now. The sky has become brighter. The colours richer. The sunlight warmer. And as you reach the final few steps, you notice someone standing there. She isn't waiting to judge you. She isn't waiting to compare herself with you. She is simply smiling calmly. Warmly. Patiently. And as you walk closer, you realize she looks familiar, very familiar, because she is you. not a younger version, not a perfect version. Simply the version of you who has remembered how good it feels to choose herself. She looks peaceful, healthy, comfortable in her own body. She stands with quiet strength, not because life is easy, because she has learned that looking after herself is not selfish. It is essential. She smiles as though she has been expecting you. As though she knew you would make it. She says nothing. She doesn't need to. Because everything you need to know is already there in the way she carries herself. You step beside her, and together you turn to look at the view. The landscape stretches for miles. The morning sunbathes everything in warm golden light. The world feels full of possibility. Fresh, open, hopeful. You take a slow, comfortable breath and you realize this is the feeling you've been climbing towards. Not exhaustion, not relief that it's over. This quiet feeling of pride, the deep satisfaction that comes from keeping a promise to yourself. No one else needed to see it. No one else needed to applaud it. You know, you came you began, and beginning changed everything. Now imagine this feeling gently settling inside you. Becoming familiar. Becoming part of you. From this day forward, putting on your trainers becomes the first gentle step up the hill. Opening your front door becomes the second. Getting into the car or starting your walk becomes another. Each small action leading naturally to the next. There is no mountain to climb. Only one simple step followed by another. Until one day you suddenly realize this is simply what you do now. Not because you force yourself, because you've become someone who honors herself. Someone who understands that movement is an act of kindness. Every walk, every workout, every stretch, every swim, every dance around the kitchen is another way of saying, I matter. My health matters. My future matters. And perhaps one of the most wonderful changes of all is that the conversation inside your mind begins to change. Instead of asking, do I feel like exercising today? You quietly ask, what's my first step? Because that's all you ever need. One first step. one small beginning. And once you've begun, your body remembers, your heart remembers, your mind remembers how good it feels to move. How good it feels to breathe deeply. How good it feels to finish knowing you cared for yourself today. Take one final look across this beautiful view. Feel the warmth of the morning sun. Notice the quiet confidence growing inside you. Not loud, not dramatic, simply steady, reliable, ready. Whenever you choose to move, this hill will be here. This sunrise will be here. And this feeling will be waiting for you. A reminder that you have never needed to become someone else. You only needed to begin. Allow that gentle truth to settle deeply within you. There is no pressure. No impossible standard. Only today's first step. And tomorrow's. And the next. Each one leading you towards greater strength. Greater health. Greater energy. And a deeper appreciation for the remarkable body that has carried you through every chapter of your life. Rest peacefully now, knowing that each time you return to this session, starting becomes easier. movement becomes more natural, and caring for yourself becomes one of the simplest, most loving habits you ever created. And as you continue to rest, remember this: the sunrise was always waiting. The view was always there. The woman at the top of the hill was never someone you had to become. She was you all along.